What's up, everybody? Dr. Darklaw here, back from the void. It's been a very long time. I've been busy doing doctor stuff and very voidy stuff. So, upon my return, I am glad to be playing a new deck, which I found to be very fun and I didn't think would do as well as it has been lately. So this is going to be Gate Guardian versus Traptrix. So as you can see, I'm starting off first, and you're going to want to start off with the Extravagance. Banish 6 to draw 2. We get the Field Spell and another Imperm. What I want to do first is bait out an Imperm from them, or an Effect Veiler. So I'll summon Labyrinth Heavy Tank. And initially, this has the same effect as the Field Spell in my hand. It's going to take a Gate Guardian piece from my deck and place it into my Spell and Trap card zone. Secondary, kind of a continuation effect of that first one. If I have the Field Spell on the field when I use Labyrinth Heavy Tank effect, I can also pop a monster they control immediately after that search effect. And then Labyrinth Wall Shadow Field Spell effect does the same thing as Labyrinth Heavy Tank, only you don't get to pop a card. You want to get Suijin and Kazugen on the field right away for going first, that way you can get out Gate Guardian of Wind and Water. Gate Guardian of Wind and Water is a negate spell and trap effect, and that is twice per turn. They all have floating effects, the Gate Guardians do, so when they're destroyed or removed from the field by opponent's card effect, you can essentially summon one of the pieces used to summon them, or you can, I think the Gate Guardians combined, you can straight up summon any Gate Guardian you want. So with 3 set, he's going to go for an Imperm, but like I said, twice per turn, we're just going to negate that right away. So the Imperm is negated. Now remember, he's playing Traptrix and he's going second, so I'm not sure. Yeah, he's just going to go into battle phase and pass here because there's not much else he can do. He can't get past the Gate Guardian of Wind and Water. And if he could, I have 3 set cards that I could just respond with at any time. Well, not at any time, given the appropriate response, but yeah, so not much you can do as a Traptrix player going second. He's going to be going first game 2 more than likely. So I'm going to side out a few of my going first cards and side in 3D Shifter. And we'll probably side out the 1 Jirai Gummo, the 1 copy of Drowning Mirror Force, and the 1 copy of Necroface I have to swap in 3 Nibiru. Now, I don't think he's going to go crazy, pop off with the summoning more than 5 times, but just in case, Nibiru was nice to have, plus, you know you're going second anyway. Now, right now, we start off with D-Shifter, which is really good. I forgot to set Chaining to manual, so I couldn't activate it during the standby phase, but I turned that back on, realizing in this video at this point. So D-Shifter is activated. He's going to summon Mantis. Mantis effect will trigger. D-Shifter really doesn't hurt Traptrix too hard, but this is just the deck build I have for this, so going up against Traptrix side deck, this is the best I got for waiting it out, not going first this turn. Okay, so Link summon for Sarah, summon Traptrix Murmello. Murmello effect will trigger. And now remember, everything is banished, so at least he can't get any resources back from the grave. So that is 1 plus to this. But you'll see here, he's going to add the Bottomless, trying to banish one of my Gate Guardians when they come out. Sarah effect will pop off. Stinkin'. And I forget the name of that trap hold that he set. Okay, so that one right there is more than likely. One of those 2 is going to be Bottomless. One of those 3. I can't remember at which point he activated Bottomless, but we're going to find out here over this commentary. So, Shadow Ghoul effect, it will discard to add the Field Spell. That is a hard once per turn. The Field Spell, however, is a soft once per turn. Very fun fact in case you didn't know. Another good thing about the Field Spell, and I'll tell you that in a minute here, waiting for his response, is it has a beginning of battle phase effect that destroys an opponent's monster with less than 1600 attack during their battle phase, the start of their battle phase. And also monsters, I believe, with that don't have an original level of 7 or higher cannot attack the turn they are summoned. So Lynx and XD's monsters just straight up cannot attack the turn they are summoned. And on activation, he'll activate Holotea, summoning a body to the field. Sarah effect will go off. So yeah, I really like the field spell. I think it's a cool way to still play like Labyrinth Wall without playing Labyrinth Wall, because essentially that's what the field spell is. It's just Labyrinth Wall with the shadow. Okay, so then he'll summon his newer Traptrix monster. I can never remember the name of that. I know there's like Pinicula, and then there's this one, which is really good. He's going to go for the Imperm on my Labyrinth Heavy tank, avoiding me getting out a Gate Guardian piece and destroying one of his monsters. Oh, you have to excuse me, I was getting a phone call just now. Okay, so Labyrinth Wall Shadow effect, I'll activate that instead since he negated my tank. And we're going to get out Kazejin because we're going to want to get Suijin out with the second Labyrinth Wall Shadow to possibly negate up to 2 Speller traps. Most likely traps that he's going to try to activate. So right now he has 4 bodies on the field, and that is not good for me. Oh, instead I believe I'd use Sangha here because... Oh, yeah. I forgot the Suijin in my hand. Gate Guardians combined is probably a better option to go for. You see, he's going to use Nightmare there, that's what it was, but... Gate Guardians combined has the crazy effect to negate and destroy targeting effects thrice per turn. However, there's nothing I can do about Bottomless Trap Hole. But it does have the floating effect, so with that, I'm going to get out my original Gate Guardian that I wanted to use, which was Wind and Water. I believe that's why I summoned Gate Guardians combined at first. Just thinking that it would get off the field with Bottomless, so I get my Wind and Water either way. And remember, Wind and Water also has a floating effect. When that's destroyed, I'll be able to summon a Kazejin or a Suijin from my banished or graveyard. So I'll attack for 1650 over that. Do a little bit of damage. Attack for another 8 over that for another small amount of damage. And we'll set 1 and pass, because that's all we can do right now. Now with this, though, I feel pretty good with my set card, my... field spell, which if he leaves any of these weaker Traptrix on the field during his battle phase, I will be able to destroy that. And Wind and Water to negate up to 2 Speller traps. Plus another decent sized body on the board in Labyrinth Heavy tank. Alright, so he's going to go for the other good new Traptrix, Pinicula, if I'm even saying that right. But yeah, this one is really good. It's pretty much just a variant of Cyber Dragon Infinity for the deck, so we're going to want to get rid of this right away. I'll pay half my life points to Solemn Judgment, the summon of that card. So now they still have a Murmello, which they're going to trigger off the effect, so this Traptrix player has been gifted with a pretty good hand, starting off the game anyway. Things are just looking pretty well for them as they're going to add their trap. Sarah effect will go off, and there's nothing I can do about that right now. Activate another Holotea, get another body on the field. But I'll negate that with Wind and Water, so that's my first negate of the turn. 1 left. Sarah effect will activate. Okay, so they'll summon the new starter, Pudika, that's the name of the card. And it will target my Wind and Water, and it will banish it. Floating effect will go off. So with this, the Kazejin, Suijin, and Sangha of the Thunder all have the same effect, but I'm just going to summon a body to the field for now. I think Suijin is a little stronger. If not, I'd like it on the field. That way I can get Kazejin out next turn and just summon another Wind and Water. Alright, so you see here that I'll give it one more quick read just to technically see all the ins and out of the wordings of the card. So we'll trigger his monster's effect here to get back his monster from the grave. Triggering the effect, getting rid of my field spell. So now the field spell is dead, literally. I won't be able to use the effect to destroy a monster during the start of his battle phase. So now I have a Suijin in defense position and a Labyrinth tank in attack position. And he's just summoned Time Thief Redoer. So things are not going well for us in this second game, which was expected. I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed going second against a Traptrix player, and they're probably going to side in all of their amazing going first stuff. Summon another body on the board. You can only imagine that he's going for another rank 4 here. And what a surprise, we have Traptrix Allomeris on the field now. So now, this is where things start to look a little ugly for us. We were doing alright before, but now that he has three of the best Traptrix in his deck on the field, and a Time Thief Redoer effect triggering off right now, we are not doing so well. Hopefully we can turn it around in Game 3, but with this deck and all of its possibilities as far as being a battle-strong deck and just a deck that stalls out other decks long enough to get the job done, I believe we can do it. Yeah, so not quite enough to kill me here, but let's be real, I'm top decking at this point. And plus, he still has, like, Redoer. Waiting for opponent response. So, Redoer is back. I'll draw into Kazejin, or Suijin, sorry. Special summon one of my banished monsters. It's either Song of the Thunder or Kazejin, but it's not really going to matter that much. So we'll go for the strongest one, which is Song of the Thunder, 2600 attack. Waiting for opponent response. We're going to get a Redoer effect anytime soon. So there's the Redoer effect. Very good card. Very slept on still. Stole the Imperm off the top of my deck. Battle phase, I can try to go for an attack, but it's really not going to matter here. Yeah, so sitting at 900 life points, that's really it for Game 2. He's got it. Game 3, we are definitely going first here. We'll side out our going second hand, or going second build, so get out the Nibiru. We're going to side in Twin Twisters. Side out the D-Shifter, put our Solemns back in along with our Therecan. More than likely get rid of Ash. And I don't know at this point if I want to side in Skill Drain or Macrocosmos. But seeing as how D-Shifter didn't affect him that well, we're going to go with Skill Drain. And Macrocosmos. Because I believe Macros would still be a little better than Jirai Gummo, Necroface, and Drowning Mirror Force. Alright, so we're starting off, and we have a really good hand here. I'm really happy with this hand. We got the Field Spell, and we got 2 pieces already. An Imperm and a Solemn Strike. All we need now is Song of the Thunder, so that we can summon the Gate Guardians combined. So with 2 in hand and Sangha on field, we will summon the big boy. Negate targeting effects and destroy thrice per turn. A field spell which stops link monsters and exceeds monsters and any monster with a level below 7 from attacking the turn they are summoned. A Solemn Strike and an infinite impermanence. And I don't care what anybody says. A well-timed Solemn Strike or Solemn Judgment is absolutely still crazy in this format. So there's his first targeting effect, where we use our first negate and destroy. So now we have 2 left. And he'll summon his starter, Pudica, which is really good. This is his normal summon, so just keep that in mind. He's giving up his normal summon now. We will imperm that, but not just to try to, like, negate the effect, because a lot of these trap cards are just, like, unaffected anyway, like Sarah. I want to stop that zone early on. And we'll strike the Sarah right away, because that's unaffected by traps. There's not much you can do about that, and I don't want those effects triggering off. His middle zone is locked until he ends the turn after setting a card. Now, we can use Labyrinth Wall Shadow effect again to start stacking up for our next Gate Guardian. And with the Traptrix stack, remember, you're going to want Suijin first. That way you can either go into a Kazejin or a Song of the Thunder, but most likely Kazejin to negate the spell and traps in this deck. Mostly traps, but you have the option to negate spells. Waiting for an opponent response on attack declaration, and he'll summon a body to the field with Holotea. We will replay the battle, destroying his body, saving him another turn. Well, what am I talking about? He's at 8,000 life points. He'd have a couple turns anyway. We'll set Skill Drain down. I'm not going to activate anything. So they have 4 cards in hand. Not really sure if they can do much about this at this point, but we will see what they have. And if they do have anything, it's just going to get shut down on the field of Skill Drain. So use Holotea's Graveyard Banish effect, targeting his monster in grave, and attempting to get it back, I believe. Yeah, so summon Pudica to the field again. Pudica's effect will try to trigger to target my monster, but we will negate that and destroy it. Oddly, he has another Pudica in hand. But I really don't want this effect to go off because it just adds you the field spell. And we can't have the field spell going off, so we'll just make it completely dead on the field by activating the Skill Drain now. It's really nice in this deck because you really don't need any of the on-field effects. If you're giving up your Gate Guardian's on-field effects, it's kind of worth it to have your opponent not have effects on the field as well, because their floating effects are really the ones that matter. At this point, he's summoning Sarah, get out Parallel Exceed. He won't be able to get out the second one because of Skill Drain, but it's 2 bodies on the field, so this is the best scenario he could do right now in this situation. Sadly, I have one more search this turn with Labyrinth Wall Shadow, so we'll get out Kazejin. We'll get out the Wind and Water for an attack of 2450 with the Spell and Trap negate. Go into battle, we'll get rid of his bodies this turn. We'll start our Macrocosmos in our main phase 2. And then we'll end turn, hoping that we can end it next turn. Which I'm assuming we can, because he only has 3 cards in hand and he's running out of resources. Now anything he summoned or sent to the grave is going to get banished. Not that that matters this much, but yeah, at this point he surrendered, so you can see Gate Guardian is... I really like it. It's a really good going first deck. I want to go against a lot of other decks. If you guys like what you see against this battle against Traptrix, you want to see other battles, recommend them to me in my comments. Leave a like, share, subscribe, anything you can do that helps out the channel. Thank you again. This is Dr. Darklaw, going back to the void for now. See you next time.